YouTube? It's GrowerMD and I'm back, and it's been a while. And before I even get into this video, I just want to take a second and kind of apologize to everybody, all my followers that I've kind of just left hanging over the last couple years. Obviously haven't made very many videos recently. I've tried to kind of get back into it, and my heart just really wasn't in it at the time, and so yeah, I just kind of ended up falling through on those commitments that I had made to you guys. So I do want to apologize for that, but as you can see, I am back. I do have another run started here, out here in my shed, and I'm going to be making some videos again. So this one, I'll try to keep it pretty quick. Just want to give you guys a quick update on what I've been up to and a little bit of what's been going on with me personally, and a little bit of what I've been doing in here. So first and foremost, for those of you guys that don't know or haven't been following along with my channel in previous years, growing was perceived to be my full-time job back when I had a warehouse, but that was really just kind of an opportunity that I had, and was really just a hobby that I was doing kind of outside of my normal job. And over the last 5 years or so, I've switched jobs twice, and that's kind of led me on a couple different paths. One introduced me into drones and flying FPV, which has actually been probably my biggest hobby as of late. I actually get so much freedom and enjoyment out of that whole thing that it really consumed me. So I still do like to try to fly every now and then, but recently, with honestly watching over my boy Big Country Cali's plants while he was attempting to look for a house, he ended up picking up some Fluence lights, and he's been running a couple grows in his garage with tents, and has just been absolutely killing it with these lights. And I babysat his grow. We actually dropped them in here, and I was just really impressed with the way they performed. I really love the light spectrum that they put off, and the way that my room is sealed with the air conditioning and CO2 setup that I have. This room really is almost like a non-factor in addition to my regular house electric bill. I believe like a full month of running both the Fluence Spider X's at full power with the AC and everything was only like $80, and that's basically with me running the heat and AC at my will. And the nice part about it is it doesn't really have to run that often in here due to that. The mini split system in here does pretty much cool this entire room down in about 5 minutes of running, and then with it being sealed and not generating a lot of heat, this room has really just been pretty ideal for LEDs. Backtracking to some of the previous grows that had not been too successful, I basically ended up finding out that it had to do with the Gavita lights. It wasn't them themselves, it was basically just they were too much light for this room. The dimensions of this room are really only about 8 by 7, I would say, for the main flowering space. And for those of you guys that remember, there was actually 2 light movers with 1,000-watt Gavitas up here, and I always had excellent results during veg when there was 5 to 6 feet plus separation between the plants and the lights. But once they got into flower and that separation became less than 3 feet, the room was able to keep everything completely cool. However, the lights were just so intense that it was bleaching the plants, stressing them out, and I really wasn't happy with the way the plants were looking, and it kind of just demotivated me, and I ended up just cutting most of them down. I'm not in this for the money, I'm in this really for the quality of the grow and the enjoyment of the whole thing. So there was no point in leaving something that I wasn't happy with up in here. But I am going to be moving forward with these LEDs, really enjoying them so far. What we have in here now is a combination. There's 24 total plants at the moment. I'm going to be getting rid of them down to the top 20. We'll get rid of 4 of them. There are 8 cherry pie, and the rest are all super skunk. These clones were given to me by my boy over at Site M, who has been kind of continuing doing things pretty nicely over on his side over there. He's got still the main Site M, he's got his shed grow, and he's got another warehouse that he's actually helping to facilitate for us. So I'm going to be trying to get over to those locations, make some videos here, try to make some videos from my boy Big Country Cali's tents when I'm out his way, and try to bring you guys a few more gardens into the mix as well. I did post a little poll over on my channel about a week ago, kind of promising that I'd have a video here by Friday. and to see what you guys wanted to see as content. And overwhelmingly, it seems like people still enjoyed these grow log type videos. Although adversely, when I look at my YouTube now, the educational ones got far more views. So either way, we'll probably throw a few educational videos here based on topics that you guys think you want to see, and the rest of it will just be mostly my grow logs. This is pretty much the only grow that I'll have regular access to. My work schedule is still very busy, and my personal life is very busy, so I don't have time to make it to those gardens too often, but I do want to try to keep videos coming for you guys pretty regularly, so just need to know what you guys want to see. As far as what we're going to be doing with these plants, they just have been in the Fluence lights for about a week now. I think today's like day 6 under these lights. And for the first 4 of them, we just ran it full 24 hours, and you can see that they were a little bit shocked from A, the intensity, and B, they were still pretty young in there, so they were on 24 hours of light. Gave them one night where we cut it back down to 18.6, and from then on they've just been extremely perky, and I've been really happy with the way that the plants look so far. There's one plant in here that kind of got a little bit dried out the day I transplanted, so it's been a little slow to recover, and will probably be one of the ones that I get rid of, but everything else pretty much has been looking really great ever since we made the transition. I've just been giving them a really light dose of nutrients since I've had them in here, because I didn't want to stress them out with the adjustment of all this new intensity from the lights up here. But right now I think they've just been getting a basic combination of the Botanic Air Pure Blend Pro and a little bit of Hygrozyme, CalMag, and Silica. That's pretty much it for the most part. Been giving it to them in various stages. First few days was just CalMag, Hygrozyme, and then after a couple days gave them a day of fresh water, and then we introduced kind of the first feedings, and they've gotten fed about 3 days every other day since they've been on the nutrient regimen. So we're just going to kind of continue forward with that till this reservoir ends. We've probably got another 3 or 4 different feedings left in the reservoir, and then we'll probably swap that over and give them a little bit more of a boost. The plants are actually now starting to really take off. You can see that some of them are actually starting to bush in here pretty nicely, even though they're still really short clones. So we'll probably be topping these plants here by like tomorrow, I would imagine, and that way we can kind of see where the growth pattern is going to distribute on these 2 strains, because I've never actually personally grown either of these phenos. I've grown a pheno of the cherry pie about 4 years ago, but this one doesn't look anything like what I grew in the past. So I want to see how they all react. We'll start actually thinning up the rest of the plants throughout here. I'm trimming off some of these leaves that obviously need to be removed down here at the very bottom that have been watered on from day 1. And then we'll also be spraying them again just to give them, or for bugs, just to give them one more preventative spray here before we enter into the flower stage. I don't plan on vegging these plants too long. I kind of want to make this a quicker turnover than normal for 2 reasons. One, obviously I just invested quite a bit of money back into these LEDs, and 2, I just really wanted to get some success confidence back out here and get a little bit more of content coming for you guys here on YouTube. So don't want to take this video too much longer than it already is, but if you guys have any questions, I will be paying attention and trying to be as responsive as possible. If you haven't checked, I do have my Instagram up, which is GrowerMD. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll try to put some daily pictures and a little bit more day-to-day content on that, and we'll be doing our obviously video logs here on the YouTube channel. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.